Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with the Strat Time report coming into a Friday, and they tried to hit him. They tried to bring him back. Let's go back. SPY here, and we know we have an inside day, but then we go into conflict, right? As soon as we open, we just start blasting back up, right? And so we're green on the day, but a 2 down on there. So we come into a Friday. What we really want to start looking at is what are we going to looking at coming into the weekend for the next week. So we're always asking ourselves, what's the next 2, right? So you can see now that weekly coming back into this range, right? We wanted to stay above this if we're going to go up, above that 413.03. We're back below that now. So whenever we start a new month, we start off, you're a 2 up. What's the next 2, right? You're going to reconfirm the green month and take that back up, or do you have a reversal, 2 up, 2 down next week? So that's what we're going to be looking at coming into the weekend, a lot of that kind of stuff. And as you can see, we had that one nice day, Wednesday. These other ones, but today was actually pretty good because you had that opening rally back, right, depending on how you picked something up in there. But then here to sell off, almost everything was an inside 30 to the downside, the 212 right here. And that was a really nice half an hour. So then if we go to the 60, now you see this, completely stuck in the opening 60 range. How do we get out of this, right? So next week, either side of this for the rest of the day. How do we get outside of this? And do we do that? So that's what we're looking at in the SPY. If you go to QQQ, and QQQ was a little weaker, couldn't stay inside on that 60, but we're stuck in all of this stuff still. So we got a new 60 coming, and that was even weaker. You see that 212 right here, boom, down she goes, right? That was real nice. The thing about QQQ is you're still closer to the highs of the week than you are taking this out next week. But we got some day left, and so we always want to see how we close this out. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and you've been hearing me say this for a while, we did have an inside day, but then goes down. Then, like most things, the inside 30 simultaneous break. Almost everything was inside 30 and down, right? That's perfect. If we go to the 60 here, still stuck in that opening range. For the rest of the day, how do we get outside of that, right? And once again, doji week. Which side of this do we take out next week? And still the laggard. Can you take this out? 329.27. That's still the number. And so just still hasn't taken it out yet. We'll see. If we go to the small cappers, and the small cappers stuck in that 60. They were a little stronger. They went outside day to the upside, so they've been a little bit stronger and much closer than taking out that week, and still it's still on the month. So small cappers leading the charge, and really leading the charge. Those the bios, IBB staying up and weaken up here, and last month above those, and you can go leverage it up. Laboo. Here we go. Here we go. Coming out of the ashes and hard. And so, I mean, you can just go right down the line, but you got ARCT having a nice day here on the inside week and up, inside month and up combo, and it's been a lot higher. If you go to VRTX, VRTX having a nice day, outside day to the upside. Much closer to going 2-2 back up on the week next week after triangle the out, stop them out, right? And potentially the outside month. And then you can see how nice this was. The 3-1-2-60, and bam, off she goes. It's also on the macro list. It's hammer counter shooter year. We had GBT getting bought out by Pfizer. That really helped getting them going here. So GBT having a nice day there off of that. Then you go down the food chain. They're going after pretty much everything. Blue. Which used to be somebody, and now coming out of the ashes here on an outside week. Still mother bar of this thing, but starting to wake up with all the other bios, and here was a nice 60 hammer, triangle out, 2 down, boom, off she goes. If we go to ACAD, ACAD also having another nice day and coming off this month and stuff like that, and there was a 3-1-2-60 here. If we go to APLS, the 2-1-2 real nice there after the inside month up the upside here. It's having a nice week. And there was your triangle day out here, 2 down, and boom, still going. We'll see if this sets up. If you go to Sarepta, and Sarepta, a little laggard on that 60, but you had this nice 30 down into here. There you go. 2, 2 up. 2 down, 2 up on the 30. Having another nice day, a nice green week, and used to be somebody and climbing up with the rest of the bios. If you go to BMRN, BMRN trying to get out of this mess. It's been in here for years, all right? But now with the bios picking up steam, a couple nice days. Triangle the out, 2 down, 2 up on the 30, all right? And the inside week, and that rough stratted, took out that low. Nope, that's an inside to the upside. 2, 1, 2 on the week. BMRN just running out of week. AGIO. Whew. Nice 2-2 weekly reversal you got there. 2 down, 2 up, and off she goes. We'll see. We've got to get 60 out of that. Looks like that was a 2-2-60. Yep, 2 down, 2 up on the 60. So, like I said, you can go right down a bunch, all of this stuff. IONS here, boom, another 3 days, and that was a nice little 60 in here, right? Getting out of all this kind of stuff here. So I guess you get the point there on the bios, and you got SIGA. SIGA trying to come again here. After you got jammed in here, then you had your outside day, then 3-2, back to the highs. And so when you have a tight range like this, and you see you can stop them out down in here, and then you have that outside bar, that means this selling was getting rejected hard. And then he comes back in today and jams them again. If we go to Carvana, and so some of these guys coming out of the ashes, Carvana's stuck in here for now. Had a nice opening 60, like a lot of things, but a lot of these things we look at, it used to be somebody's way up there, now coming back up. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward. If we go to TripAdvisor, Trip having a real nice day here, and that's a 2-2 reversal month. 2 down, 2 up. Also used to be somebody, and not backing off very much here at all, is Trip. I'm going to keep an eye on this market here. We got MRTX. MRTX, inside week, slight poke down, 1 bar rev strat, 1-3 outside week, and you can see this thing just blasting off here. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to the team, earnings gappers, the team holding here, and finally getting out of this stuff here. That's what we've been rooting for, because you had your inside week, then the earnings come out and blast off, and off she goes, and we'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to net also holding up on this gap. Once again, inside month to the upside used to be a lot higher. If you go down to the 30, you'll see this. 2 down by taking this low out, then 2 down, then right back up. 2 reversal on the 30, and that's what gets you in on net. Market drying up with all these mother bars after the opening, that opening bar, but we'll see. For the apes, AMC comes back to be an outside day. What do you know? I think there was a band bet in there that this would happen. So there's a 2-2 reversal on that. We'll see if anything more comes of that. Earnings were horrible. If we go to OLED, OLED, that's an inside month to the upside. Now you see on that 60, if you can, that outside 60, then it goes up into here, comes back into the range. If you can take this out, this high here, 2 down by taking out those lows, and then the next hour, if you can take that out, that gets my attention. But still is inside month to the upside, and that's what we want to know about going forward for the rest of the month. On the downside, Tesla's. And Tesla's 2-2 reversal here on the daily. 2 up, 2 down. Right, so these two become an outside bar of these 3 so far, and still dropping. And this is one of the nice ones because, like I said, almost everything went inside 30 down on that simultaneous break, right? So here's that inside 30 below here, 897.66 down to 871 and still puke, and with no higher highs on this stuff. You get on the 15, See this? There's your shooter. Triangle the out. Boom. Down she goes. Still no higher high on the 15er. So Tesla having some issues today. And Meta, buddy. Meta having some tough times here, too. And it tried to rally back, and you can see this 15 shooter right there. If you go to the 30, see this. Inside on the 30. Boom. Inside on the 30 again for the ad. Boom. Still coming down. Meta having some issues. If we go to Funko. And Funko. There's not a lot of death out there, but it's setting up the potential 3-month at this point. You got your outside week. Right now we'll see inside 60, so we'll see how that goes. Market just kind of meandering sideways here. We had a little XLP and XLU weakness here. There's your XLP. There's your XLU. Still staying down a little bit, not really getting killed, but it was like Pepsi and Mondelez and all that kind of stuff. How's Coke doing? A little boring on that kind of side. So right now, just want to see how this resolves. How do we get outside of this thing, right? Because otherwise we just sit here and rot and bounce around. A lot of people getting crushed on this opening. So, oftentimes when you have volatility like we just saw and you don't know what you're doing and you get killed, you think you're just going to trade your way out of it. And then, then it just dries up and does nothing. It's a Friday in the summer. And you might have to wait until closer to the bell, but we'll see. Things certainly are moving around though today, and that's what we want to see. Earnings season is good for that. So hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith, Smith Black. Strat Time Report.